influence did Jesus' environment have on shaping his views? It seems like the Jesus Seminar puts a whole lot on the fact that he was a peasant, that he grew up next to a town that the Romans kind of ruled with a heavy hand, and therefore this kind of shaped him into a political revolutionary. What do you think?
Well, you know, there's been a lot of bandying about of the word peasant. Now, my understanding of what the word peasant is it means a rural person involved in some kind of farming, whether it's sharecropping or working on the land, something like that. All the evidence we have suggests that if that's what a peasant is, that was not Jesus. Jesus was either a carpenter or the son of a carpenter or both. He was an artisan. He was not a peasant. Secondly, all the evidence that we have suggests that Jesus was not illiterate. Peasants are traditionally illiterate. They can't read, they can't write. When Jesus comes into the synagogue, according to all of the Gospels, he reads from the Scriptures. What kind of person does that? It's not an illiterate person. Furthermore, artisans were not by any means at the bottom of the social ladder of early Judaism. They could be ranging from relatively poor to reasonably well off, depending how much their trade was needed and where they lived. So, you know, I think that pushing the peasant button is not the right one to push if you want to actually characterize the social circumstances of Jesus. He was a literate person. He was clearly an articulate person because people came in to hear him preach. Peasant is not the term I would want to use for Jesus at all. The fact that Nazareth was next door to Sepphoris, where lots of archaeological digs have taken place recently and revealed a lot of interesting stuff, it is, you know, a question that we need to come to grips with. Sepphoris was clearly a city that Herod Antipas had built as a Greco-Roman capital for himself. Lots of Hellenistic influence, lots of Roman influence, even in the synagogue recently uncovered in Sepphoris. Clearly not just Jewish but Greco-Roman influence. Now the question is, how much is proximity an issue in determining who a person is? I mean, I can go to Brooklyn and find Hasidic Jews living next door to Buddhists who are from the Far East. They live in close proximity to each other. But so what? It hasn't affected their belief systems very much at all. The fact that Jesus is a carpenter from Nazareth does not imply that he is a Greco-Roman person from Sepphoris, nor does it imply that he's a revolutionary like some of those folks from Gamala. You can have different kind of persons all living together or in close proximity. The belief system is something else.
Some people that have looked at the information from the Dead Sea Scrolls in Qumran have said that Jesus was an Essene. What do you think?
Well, the Qumran